Hi, good morning all. My name is Nagraj and I welcome you all to the online AngularJS session. So this is a AngularJS online series session where we'll be talking about some important AngularJS development. We will learn what is AngularJS meant for and how do we build AngularJS applications and what is the importance of AngularJS, and we'll try to see like how Angular is really useful in today's client-side development of applications. In every web application, we know that how Angular is very useful today. Like all client-side development of web applications are used with Angular. All right. So this online series or the course that we are talking will help you on how to build a complete real-time AngularJS applications. Okay. This session is an introductory session where we will talk about what is AngularJS and how AngularJS is important for a developer and why today we use AngularJS. So we will get an overall idea. Like most of them we find like they have so many doubts, like how Angular is different than jQuery when we have such a popular jQuery and other frameworks like Ember, then Backbone, all this. Why AngularJS is more preferred, or what are its benefits over other environments? All right. So hope my series will help everybody to take Angular course at its best and help them out to become good AngularJS developers. All right. So let's get started with an overview and introduction to AngularJS. So today I'll be just talking about what it is, I said, and once we understand what is Angular for everybody, then we will switch on to how to get started with Angular. So this doesn't contain any demos. We will talk only about Angular, which is a very important prerequisite, I feel like everybody should know about before they get started with Angular. All right. So let's get started into Angular now. All right. So this is my blog where you can always blog or put your questions to me and all. And these are my social networking URLs which can help you a bit to talk to me. I'm on Twitter and on Facebook, and I blog at nbende.wordpress.com. all right. Okay, so the Angular, when we get started with Angular, it's very important that like what are its features and how we build Angular applications, please. And I told we'll be talking about how Angular is really important for developers, users, and all that. Today we have Angular version 2, which is still in RC, and then we also have Angular 1.5, which is a stable version also. All right. Angular 1.5 is what currently we are using in order to build our apps, and Angular 2 is I think that will be the most revolutionary development in terms of client-side web programming. So many features are provided in Angular, which really makes you the richest client-side web developer actually. All right. Okay. So where is this Angular going to come, and what is its purpose of building the applications? First thing, Angular is for web development. We all know that it's used for building web applications, please. All right. So when you are building a web application, what is very important is you should know like how we are going to build web applications. All right. I expect that the audience of this series of online or the students who are currently logged in, you are aware, like, you know, web development goes in what way, but still we will just try to understand like how we are doing today a web development and where actually Angular fits in. All right, where actually Angular fits in. Let me just show you how we are totally building our application. A typical web application is built in what way? All right, just let me move to Notepad and try to help you out in understanding how the web development goes actually. All right. So when I talk about web development, what is the method or how we are doing today apps, how we are building apps today, that's important. Okay. See, when I am building an application, always I have a client, which is basically a browser. All right, and my server side environment. So this is my server where my web application resides. Now, when a client makes a request, see, whether you go with Angular or you go with any other technology, today how web app development goes is very, very important, please. One should know like how web application development is going on. All right. So I want to make sure that all of you know how the web development goes, please. All right. So here is the methodology of working. Okay, you can see here our web application always resides at server. We all know that whatever code, whatever resource we write, they all exist at server. All right. So when browser makes a request, I'm just trying to show you here, when browser makes a request to a web server, what's going to happen is the server will take the request, okay, use IIS or use any web server, take the request, process the request through handlers and result in, you know, what is the result that you will be getting is, the result of this will be HTML, JavaScript. All right, everybody, the result of a request that user makes, the server will take that request, process all the request handler, the process handlers, all that, and then it returns HTML and JavaScript to the client. Yeah, this is very important for us in Angular, please, always when you start talking about Angular. All right. So HTML, JavaScript will be written to the client, and within the browser we present our data with HTML to the user, and all that data what we are trying to customize or perform some interaction between user That's all performed in JavaScript code, please. Alright, so HTML will take care of all the presentation, please. Right, all the presentation. And what is JavaScript going to do? It will try to interact with this presentation, whatever output we are doing. So maybe a JavaScript can also generate HTML, but in client side, if I say this is client side, throughout our series or throughout our course, I might talk lot client side, please. In client side, you will always see that this HTML and JavaScript will be able to manage all the input and output for the user. Today in web, it's almost like we have the browser and presentation. This is only almost like an app today. Gone are the days where user clicks and waits for a long time and then presents the data. So today what's going to happen is just the request will be made and the data is HTML, JavaScript will come, and the whole app will be managed in the client side environment. So we need a very, very rich client side environment, please. This is what we call as client side environment, and this is my server side environment. All right. So this is a global session where many online users are also listening to my series, and I'll be taking their queries also. And those who are listening, attendees, I hope you are getting like what I'm talking about. All right. So server side environment is something like also a little bit on server side, please. Now client side is the key for our course actually, but what is this server side environment? When you talk about server side environment, the server, you will be having your let's say ASP.NET or Java or PHP. All these programs are going to be executed at server. All these programs are going to be executed at server. So any client side, you need any server side data, you need to get data from server or you need to post data to server, then probably you will be using server side programs, please. All right. So we will see a lot deeper as we go on, but every web application today, what we are building, it goes like this. All of you must be clear with this before you get deeper into Angular, please. All right. So client side programming is all performed with HTML and JavaScript, please. Keeping this as our idea, let us proceed further where Angular is going to come now. Hope all of you can see how the development is as I explained to you. All right, how is the development that is going to go on, right? Now let me just go out of this and show you where AngularJS is going to come into picture, please. Okay. When user makes a request, as we learnt that HTML and JavaScript is going to come to the client, and all the presentation is carried out with HTML and coding with JavaScript. JavaScript is not the most user-friendly language that you have to consider, please. JavaScript is never a user-friendly language for writing the code. All of you, JavaScript is never a user-friendly language in terms of writing the code. Using JavaScript, whatever process I have done, whatever process we have been doing, we started with very limited code of JavaScript, and then we started moving on to more rich development actually. Okay, we started with very simple JavaScript development and slowly evolved into a very rich JavaScript coding. When you start writing JavaScript code, only a limited version of programming we can do. Means you cannot really write huge JavaScript code like how do you write in Java, C# and all. It's not so easy. It's a complex environment, please. All right. So to simplify JavaScript, to make our JavaScript coding easy, many frameworks have come, or many libraries have come. Okay, many libraries have come which really simplifies our JavaScript coding, please. Means you need not write JavaScript, you will have a JavaScript library, and using that JavaScript library you will be able to use or generate JavaScript for your browser and make things easier for you. All right, and make things easier for you, I said. Okay, so in this JavaScript, in this many JavaScript frameworks, this multiple JavaScript frameworks, today we have JavaScript frameworks like AngularJS, or old one if you take jQuery, EmberJS, BackboneJS, all these are present. All right. Yes, all of you are able to hear me? Are you getting the things, please? So, to simplify JavaScript, all these frameworks are provided. Okay, all these frameworks are provided to make JavaScript more easier, please. As I told you, it's very difficult to write JavaScript from the scratch, so you need more easier methodology of writing JavaScript. If we can achieve the simplified development of JavaScript, I said, if we can achieve the simplified development of JavaScript, then we can make a lot of rich applications to our client. Lot of rich applications to our client, please. And we can make all our web applications purely client centric also. If you go for client side development purely, then the benefit is your web application almost looks like a desktop application, please. Your web application will look like a desktop application. The ultimate goal of any web application is it should run like a desktop application. Okay, so when you want to build your app and then develop totally a desktop experience, you require a rich JavaScript programming, please. Without JavaScript programming, you cannot really achieve that richness in client-side coding. Okay, before again we go into JavaScript libraries, if you are directly developing your app with JavaScript, then I told you, you cannot do lot of functionality. Client-side programming, in the diagram which I showed you, client side and server side, client side programming advantages is always you reduce the load on server. Number one, you will not have any load on server, and the second thing is you will reduce the round trips that you make to server, and also reduce the bandwidth between client and server also. Also reduce the bandwidth between client and server also. Okay. So what I was trying to tell you, when you are developing a client-side application, you cannot directly start coding with JavaScript. You require many JavaScript libraries to do the process, please. And let me just show you what is that process which I am talking about. So everybody, if you can see here, in the client-side environment, again, I'm just trying to use this here and show you. If you have my client-side environment and the server-side environment, the same thing which I was just trying to show you. So let me just say this is server. Now let me be more clear, all of you. Let me be more clear, I said. So when you are talking about the client side JavaScript coding, what I was telling is, all your libraries, you know, something like jQuery, okay, let's say Backbone, Angular, all these are your JavaScript libraries, please. All these are your JavaScript libraries. When we talk about Angular, we will see more, please. Just let me put all of them in common now. Let me say here, not Angular. These all are JavaScript libraries, I said. Okay. Now, all these JavaScript libraries, when user makes a request to server, these libraries also get downloaded to the client. These libraries also. Let's say I am using jQuery, then jQuery gets downloaded to the client. It gets downloaded to the client, and jQuery.js sits here and then provides all the JavaScript that is required to the client application. So we will be writing all our code using this library, and when user makes a request, this library is going to be downloaded to the client, and in the client it is going to run all my JavaScript code, please. So as a developer, what is the benefit for me is, I can write my code lot easier with jQuery or JavaScript libraries than directly writing with JavaScript, please, all of you. I can write my code easily with libraries of JavaScript instead of writing directly with JavaScript. Okay? All of you need to understand this. Maybe I was just in a setup till now, but I think now I am very clear. As user makes a request, the library gets downloaded to the client, and whatever library code we have written, that gets executed in the client, please. Okay? Now, jQuery, Backbone, Angular, they all come in that part, please. Okay? Everybody make sure that I wrote jQuery, Backbone, Angular, but I don't mean that they will be running in server, please. They will reside with our server application. On request, they will get downloaded to the client, and they will be responsible to run all the JavaScript code in the client, please. All right? They will be responsible to run all JavaScript code in the client. Okay.